So DeAndre Hopkins is one of the best wide receivers this game has ever seen. So it's no secret that DeAndre Hopkins is regarded as one of the top wide receivers in the NFL today and one of the greatest wide receivers we've ever seen, or at least one of the best wide receivers in the decade that just passed. So his skill set includes he has like phenomenal hands, first of all. He has a very good route running ability, and I think he's very competitive. His drive is unmatched, so I like that. So yeah, man, Hopkins, he's known for his difficult catches. He makes it look easy. His ability to make contested catches is obviously second to none. And he also possesses excellent body control and quickness. So this allows him to create separation from defenders. And he can also gain yards after the catch. So DeAndre Hopkins is a truly special talent. And he's just dominant. He's a force to be reckoned with on the football field. And this dude is super talented. But he really stands out from other wide receivers in the NFL. But look at his catching ability, right? His competitive drive, like I said, his body control, his quickness, his talent for making difficult catches look easy. The way he creates separations from defenders. Like, one person shouldn't be able to do all of that. It's really crazy. This man is really crazy how talented he is. Like, you got other wide receivers, like, from his era, like Julio Jones, Michael Thomas, Tyreek Hill. They're known for their catching ability and their competitiveness. But DeAndre Hopkins, man, his combination, like his unique combination of everything is what makes it crazy. Like his size, his strength, and agility, that really sets him apart from everyone I just named. Maybe except Julio. But the way, like, and we touch on that body control thing again, right? When we say body control, we talking about the way he could just adjust his body mid-air to make these acrobatic catches. He's a very skilled route runner. He has the strength and size to literally out-muscle defenders in any situation. Well, in a contested catch situation, but any contested catch situation. I mean, he literally caught a touchdown pass, Hail Mary, on 3 Pro Bowl defensive backs. Like, come on, it doesn't get crazier than that. So these skills and these abilities, it has made him one of the most dominant wide receivers in the NFL. And he's not only physical, that's not it. Like, obviously he has a lot of things off the field that makes him very good as well, like his work ethic and his dedication to the game. He's constantly studying and he's always working to improve his skills, literally both on and off the field. DeAndre Hopkins is always working out, right? So this has allowed him to become a leader. Anywhere he go, he could be a leader. He's respected in the NFL, and it's just crazy what he does, man. It's honestly crazy. So we just talked about all of this, right? So now let's get into what the video is about now. DeAndre Hopkins is hinting at the Kansas City Chiefs again. He wants to play with Patrick Mahomes, he said. So DeAndre Hopkins joining the Chiefs, it would definitely boost their chances of winning the Super Bowl again. Like I said, Hopkins is just a talented wide receiver with crazy catching abilities, and he could honestly be a valuable addition to any team he goes to. But Kansas City Chiefs, they stand out the most because they already have a very strong offense, and adding DeAndre Hopkins will make them a stronger team to beat than they were last year. And then DeAndre Hopkins never played with a quarterback as good as Mahomes, so it could really help him out. But obviously, it wouldn't be a guaranteed Super Bowl because there's things that could happen in the season and during the playoffs, like injuries and stuff like that. I mean, hopefully it don't. But if it was guaranteed for any team, it would definitely be the Kansas City Chiefs. And once there's interest from both Hopkins and the Chiefs, it's definitely a good chance that a deal could be reached. It's definitely a good chance. So I would love to see that. But yeah, man, let's touch more on this Mahomes and Hopkins duo. So Mahomes and Hopkins duo would definitely be a force to be reckoned with because Hopkins is a type of player that Mahomes has never really had before. I mean, like I said, he's a versatile receiver who can make big plays in both the short and the deep passing game, as well in the red zone. And his crazy hands, his solid route running skills, and his ability to create separations from defenders, it would really give Mahomes another huge weapon to work with. It would. So, like, the addition of DeAndre Hopkins to the Chiefs, it could be a game changer. Definitely, him being added to that offense would be a game changer. And it could definitely help elevate their potent passing attacks. And they could literally take this team to the next level. Now, I know some people may argue with me that Mahomes has had a wide receiver like D-Hop because he had Tyreek Hill before. But let's be real, bro. D-Hop and Tyreek Hill are two different people. I mean, Tyreek Hill, he's like more of a speedy type of guy, but he's not like D-Hop. Like when you talking about D-Hop, this is a dude you could throw it up to him in double coverage and you could expect the catch. Now, we can't really say the same for Tyreek Hill because in that Bengals AFC Championship game, Mahomes launched that deep pass to Tyreek in overtime. It was an interception off the hands of Tyreek Hill. And in my opinion, DeAndre Hopkins would have definitely caught that pass. And a lot of people also argue that Patrick Mahomes doesn't need a superstar wide receiver. But why not? Like, why not make it easier for him at the right price? Like, if you could get a superstar wide receiver at the right price, why not do it? Like, I don't understand. She says, like, oh, he doesn't need it. Okay, but if you get it at the right price, why wouldn't you want to do that? Make it easier for Mahomes. Don't make it harder for him. If Mahomes could just get someone like D-Hop, this dude's numbers would boost up even more. And it's crazy because if boosting up means 5,700 yards. No, 6,000 really, with 50 or 60 TDs, which I think Mahomes could like obviously achieve if he gets a dude like DeAndre Hopkins. And they still have Travis Kelce. They still got these running backs. They still got all these slot weapons. So adding a veteran presence like DeAndre Hopkins to the wide receiver room could definitely help them out a lot. And yeah, y'all, I mean, I just got to touch on something. Like, this is not even on topic with the vid. Like, it's been very hard getting these videos out in the past few days because I don't even have a phone right now. So, my content is really honestly dropping off. But y'all still supporting it pretty well. And we'll be back better than ever, at least by next week or so. But, yeah, let's keep on getting into this video. Now, I just feel like it's nothing wrong with the Chiefs wanting to go get like a wide receiver or a proven wide receiver. Because if you take a look at our wide receiver core, which one of them are proven? I mean, Sky Moore, okay, he's going to have a breakout probably. Justin Ross, but they're still unproven. Rashee Rice is a rookie, so he's definitely unproven. Kadarius Toney is injury prone. So I don't understand. Why don't Chiefs fans think we need a wide receiver one? I understand we just won, but I mean, we had Juju. Juju was pretty healthy. He was doing well. I mean, we could probably easily replace his production, like I said. But who's going to step up and do that? Like, we don't know for sure. I understand we have Travis Kelce as well, but he's getting up there in age. We don't want to keep relying on him so much. You get what I mean? Like, getting another wide receiver that could just make plays, that would easily help him. Okay, I get it. Just trust in Veach, such and such. But honestly, my opinion is, man, if DeAndre Hopkins, if he gets cut June 1st, the Chiefs have to do it, bro. Like, why not? Like, I don't get it. Like, why don't y'all want this to happen? What's the reasoning? Like, I need y'all in the comments to tell me why y'all don't want DeAndre Hopkins to go to Kansas City Chiefs. Because to be able to just throw it deep down the field with someone like DeAndre Hopkins and like rely on him and know he's going to catch it in a big moment, that's just something that we honestly need. We need a playmaker that's reliable. Like that AFC Championship game versus the Bengals, we was not supposed to lose that. Why? I don't understand, man. Why throw it up in deep, like double coverage? Why throw it deep in double coverage to Tyreek Hill, knowing damn well he wasn't going to catch that? Travis Kelce probably would have caught that. But I know who would have caught that. DeAndre Hopkins. And a lot of Chiefs fans say, oh, he's a slow, old, injury-prone wide receiver. First of all, he's not old. Well, he is. Okay, he's Asian. But he's not injury-prone, bro. He had one injury season, and now he's injury-prone. First of all, he's coming off a PED suspension. If y'all just educate yourselves, a PED suspension has nothing to do with injuries. He still came back. He put up 700 yards in 9 games. I mean, he would have had well over 1,400 yards if he would have played the full season. No, probably like 1,600 if he would have played the full season. And this man was doing this with backup quarterbacks that we never even heard of. Like, come on, bro. He's been doing this his whole career, carrying backup quarterbacks that we don't know, we never heard of. So it's just perfect, man. Mahomes never had a talent like D-Hop at wide receiver. And D-Hop never had a talent at QB like Patrick Mahomes. So, I don't know. I like it a lot, and I think we should do it. Now, obviously, it's other wide receivers out there. You got Chris Godwin. You got Mike Evans, who they saying might be available for trade. There's some more that I'm not thinking of off the top of my head. Deontay Johnson. I would love any of those wide receivers, especially Chris Godwin. I'm going to have a video on him coming soon. Mike Evans as well. And they also been talking about we might get a running back like Dalvin Cook. I wouldn't mind us getting a running back. Dalvin Cook is a pretty solid running back who's put up consistent numbers throughout his whole career. So I definitely wouldn't mind that. But the reason why I say D-Hop is because he's just hungry. Like, the man wants a ring. He's been playing forever, and I think he deserves to come to a culture like Kansas City that could easily get him a ring. And I know Mahomes wants to play with a wide receiver like D-Hop. Remember the retweet he made about Charles Omenihu? Charles Omenihu wanted him to come to the Kansas City Chiefs, and then Mahomes retweeted it, and he did something else. It was something else. He was liking a lot of stuff about D-Hop. Then D-Hop was saying how he wanted to play with Mahomes. So I think it's just something that should happen. And I know a lot of Chiefs fans didn't want this video because they were telling me not to do it, but I still did it anyway because I know some people is going to understand where I'm coming from. And I know it's going to be a lot of hate in the comments for sure, definitely, because this is a sensitive topic to Chiefs fans. They want Mahomes to keep being Superman. But there's some Chiefs fans that's on my side. I think we should get a wide receiver one. I mean, we don't necessarily need one. Like, I'm not going to say we need it. It's not mandatory. But I most definitely would want it, and I would love it. And I think the Kansas City Chiefs deserve it. Mahomes deserves it. After that crazy year he just had, I mean, shoot, make it easier for him. Make it easier for him. And it's not like DeAndre Hopkins is a one-dimensional wide receiver. Like I said, he's going to do it on all three levels. Short, medium, deep. He's going to do it all. You feel me? So he's not one-dimensional. That's why he's going to always be successful. And he doesn't rely on his speed. He's just pure skill. He doesn't need speed to burst past defenders. He's just physicality and skill. That's why he could last so long in the NFL. Because he doesn't rely on his legs. You get what I'm trying to say? He doesn't rely on his legs. And another thing we didn't even touch on, like when DeAndre Hopkins is literally on the field and he's doing all these routes and all this stuff like that, Patrick Mahomes, he's going to be rolling out. He's going to be looking to improvise. And DeAndre Hopkins is that type of receiver that's going to follow him, right? He's going to follow where Mahomes is going. And then he might even have to extend for a catch that he wouldn't mind making. Maybe a sideline catch that he'll have to tippy-toe, but he could easily do that. And he just has great change of direction. So Mahomes is going to throw some perfect dots for DeAndre Hopkins. So I would just love it to happen. And then another thing about DeAndre Hopkins, like I said, that veteran presence, right? Because we got a lot of wide receivers that's going to really need some development. Like you got Justin Ross. I think DeAndre Hopkins could perfectly help Justin Ross develop because Justin Ross is a similar wide receiver to DeAndre Hopkins, right? He uses his physicality, he uses his hands, he uses his size, and that's how he scores. He out-muscles defenders when it's time to get a touchdown. And this is not a coincidence, but they both went to Clemson. So DeAndre Hopkins would definitely love to mentor Justin Ross. And I do think it should happen. And you got another receiver like Rashee Rice who has DeAndre Hopkins intangibles. So I think DeAndre Hopkins will also love to mentor Rashee Rice. That would be something that could be very good. That could be special because they play similar. But Rashee Rice, he's just not DeAndre Hopkins yet because he doesn't have that longevity. He doesn't have that experience. So he's not DeAndre Hopkins. That's why we need DeAndre Hopkins. That would be lit. Like, I would just love to see it. It'll be fun. Last year, y'all got to remember, up to the bye week, we struggled bad. And when I say we struggled bad, I don't mean like as a team. I'm talking about separation issues. The separation issues was horrible. People was complaining about MVS and all this stuff. But then the 49ers game, everything started to click, right? Mahomes is going to have to do that again. He's going to have to do that again. Because now he's going to have to work with a bunch of unproven wide receivers that's expected to take a big role. I mean, he's going to be able to get experience with them in OTAs. But I don't know. I feel like a guy like DeAndre Hopkins, he'll just naturally automatically connect with since day one. Because it would be hard not to. I mean, it's honestly not hard. When a wide receiver has this type of skill set, he could literally do good with any quarterback from like day one. So I would love to see this, man. And a lot of people say, okay, it's probably not going to happen. That's what a lot of people are saying. Chiefs priority, this is a waste of a video because this is not going to happen. But let me hope. And I can still make a video on it. It's still a possibility. So if it's still a possibility, I'm going to make a video on it. But I don't know. Like I said, we're heading towards the end of the video. So I don't know. Like I said, I don't think it's mandatory. Like, we don't have to get DeAndre Hopkins. We'll still be fine. But I'm just letting y'all know what he brings to the table if we do get him. And how good he could be with this team. And how he could really help us out. He could help us out a lot. But like I said, if we don't get him, then it's okay. But I'm just letting y'all know what he brings to the table, what he has to offer, and how him and Mahomes could be a legendary duo. Like, I feel like him and Mahomes is like Morse and Tom Brady. That's exactly how it would be. And they would definitely get a Super Bowl, no doubt about it. That's just unstoppable. It's a cheat code. Even if we get someone like Chris Godwin or Mike Evans, it's going to be the same thing, a cheat code. Or if we even get Dalvin Cook. Like, we're really that type of team right now. If we get that one good elite veteran to come to the team, we're going right back to the Super Bowl. We're probably going to even go right back without him, but I'm just saying, it'll be more of a guarantee with a elite veteran presence. And yeah, man, I just trust in Andy Reid. I trust in whatever. And even if we don't get D-Hop, we'll be fine. But I would love to see it. And if it does happen, we're going to be we're going to be prepared to be very happy, because this season is going to bring a lot of joy. It's been your boy Chiefs Priority, and I'm out, man. Peace. Hopefully next week I can be back to my old self. Things haven't been the same lately, but I'm out, man. Peace.